Hey everyone, and welcome to the Criterion Connection. I am Wade,
And I am Joe.
and we are here. We took a week off, and we're back, and we're going to do a new, not a new film. It's a pretty old film from 1973, called Fantastic Planet. But it's a French film by René Laloux, and it's based on a novel, Alms en Série. Yeah, so we're here talking about an animated film, an adult. To be specific, an adult animated film. It's not for kids.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
and it's
mean, this
based.
is in that time when adult animated films were kind of new on the block.
Yeah, this is before heavy metal. This is before uh, Ghost in the
I'm,
Shell.
it's around the time of Fritz the Cat.
Yes,
Put it that way.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's basically about a planet, a fantastic planet that has two races. The humans, or Ohms, and the Drags, who are the blue thing you see, the blue creature that's on the actual cover of the DVD, the
They're like
poster, whatever.
the giant, like, dominating race.
Yes. Very eccentric, dominant race. Um, so basically, humans are like the size of GI Joe, like little green soldiers, I guess. Those little
Mm-hmm.
green soldier toys, and they're basically being oppressed until one, a baby, is kind of kept as a pet and kind of learns uh, through what's her name? Tiwa. I think her name was Tiwa or Tiwi.
Tiva,
Tiva.
spelled spelled Tiwa.
Yes, Tiva. She names the baby Terror. Um, and their teacher basically he learns from Tiva and escapes, and that knowledge is kind of used against the Drags as he finds this little mischief group of other Ohms.
Yeah, you, there's two types of ohms. We've got the domesticated ohms, which are like the household pets of the drogs, and then you have savage ohms, which are ohms that are out in the wilderness. They're free, but again, they tend to be more rebellious, more like savage in a way
Yeah.
because they're constantly fighting for survival.
Yes, and that's pretty much the movie. It's kind of the life of Terror, of him growing up and rebelling.
Well, he also is an agent of change in this world, because we have no idea how long things have been in this status quo. It's hinted that this used to be Earth, and that this is very far into the future, well after the decay of human civilization. And then these new, smarter, larger creatures have taken over. Um, but yeah, it's an allegorical tale.
Yeah. You can. It's allegorical. It could be about animal rights. It could be about any kind of rights.
It's about colonization as well,
Yeah.
and just domineering like over other races.
Yeah.
As for my feelings on the movie, I really didn't like it. um, to me, there's just and to preface this, we did watch the English dub
Yes.
because you pointed it out to me, and that's the version I watched.
I was gonna watch the subbed, but I didn't have enough time this week to watch the subbed and the English dub.
Well, if I had watched the sub, I would have fallen asleep twice as much.
It's a very mellow kind of movie. The soundtrack makes it really mellow.
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will say. I'll start with the positive. I think the whoever did the score or the music on the soundtrack I think that's fantastic, and I would love to have like just like that CD, that album.
Yeah.
But for the movie, um, it's a lot like a lot of those '60s to '70s, you know, expansion of like animation, like into the adult genres. It's more psychedelic. It's you know quite a bit lower budget than like a Walt Disney movie, but again, it's they're trying to do more with the medium than what had largely been done to that point. Tell different kinds of stories, use different kinds of art styles, and it's got that, and the like the character designs and everything is very. I wouldn't want to say it's very heavy metal. It's got that, like you can tell it's like that French comic influence.
Yeah.
But the first person I thought of would be Sam Keith, with the Max, and I feel like a lot of his designs, he probably saw this movie and it had some sort of subconscious impact on him. But yeah, as for a movie, like it's incredibly slow paced, um, and just kind of plods along.
It's a very simple story.
And you're
It,
supposed to feel for terror the whole time, but you never really connect to terror, not even when the narration kicks in. It's just it's a hard movie to get into, and I feel that way about a lot of those '70s, maybe late '60s, early '80s, like those adult animated films, like Fire and Ice is another one, and like The Point, and some of these other, like some of the Ralph Bakshi movies. It's just doing something different, but you know I'm sure it's like influence is much greater than what I think the quality of the movie is.
yeah. I think I'm a little more favorable in the movie than you are. I didn't love it. I thought the story was a little kind of like cut and dry, the cut and paste kind of thing. Like, oh, this is you know, this oppressed group. They find a way. They find the kind of a messiah kind of idea. Like terror is like their messiah. He has the knowledge.
He's kind of like Prometheus in
Yes.
this, where he brings them knowledge and advancement.
Yes. Um, there's that, which we've seen that story. I mean, we're still seeing that story, even in movies like The Matrix, where Neo is like the kind of he's the Messiah. He's the hero. He's the hero, not the Messiah, the hero of the story. I like the animation, how it's soft. It's very soft and it's not like abrasive, like let's say a heavy metal is very abrasive and in your face. This one's kind of soft and it's kind of like it's like the music, just very kind of mellow. I could see people getting smoking paraphernalia watching this movie. I could see it because of the psychedelics and the kind of like the mellow and the weird, almost abstract kind of like the plant life in this world is very different and very weird. Like the clothing is very weird and different.
Hmm.
It feels alien. It feels like an alien movie.
It's very Seussian, really,
Yeah,
in a lot of respects.
yeah. So I appreciate it for that. The soundtrack, you're right, is great. But as the story, I think it's a tale we've all been told. It's nothing like I would say breaks the mold. I would say I don't know. We're probably gonna get a lot of flack for saying that, but I don't know. I thought the story was kind of like it's only an hour and 12 minutes, so I like it was slow pacing wise, and I'm glad it was a short runtime, because if you made it like 90 minutes, I think it would just been too much, I thought.
And part of me is like, I, if it's such an important movie, like I would want to feel like there's, more like it doesn't seem like there's a lot of advancement from, like, whether it's techniques or even sound design or something, you know what I mean? And it just doesn't feel that way to me. It doesn't, like, I'm certainly not an expert on 70s animation movies, but I feel like I've seen quite a few of them where I can sit there and be like, it doesn't really jumpstart very much to me outside of possible content wise.
Yeah, I think it's more
But
of
again, you have, Bakshi starting around this time. Like, I don't know.
I think it's probably back in the 1970s. It was very like this movie was like, oh my god. But now it's like, I think it's because, I mean, even look at today, there's a lot of like kind of like racism out in the world. And it's because this movie's kind of about that, like, have this
Yeah,
oppressive race. Yeah, and it's still, I think the reason why I say it's kind of a basic story, because sadly, it's a story that's been constantly told because, we can't get past this idea of classism or racism. We can't get past, like, we can't evolve from being like not classist and not racist. We can't evolve to that level, apparently. I think that's the point I'm trying to make. It's a timeless tale, apparently.
yeah. It's unfortunately the topic remains um, relevant.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one thing I'll say is it's not an irrelevant movie by any stretch. It's just, I'm just judging it on, you know entertainment value and what I feel, or what I think of as, like, is it groundbreaking, and to me it's neither.
Yes. I agree on
um
that one.
and it's just like, yeah, and one other thing is you got the voice acting, and again, like, we watched the English dub, and of course it's not in its natural language.
Yeah, it's very.
It's and but the acting's very kind of melodramatic and
Yes.
stilted.
Yes, Joe. It's very melodramatic
And
and stuff.
then and I had actually originally started watching this in French, and it's very, at least the first bit of it's very similar, um in style. And it has, like, I don't know why they just, like, crank the reverb
Yeah. It just sounds
up.
like they cranked the reverb and they were very tired. Hi. This is Fantastic Planet NPR.
Yeah, and I'm sure this is gonna get me, plenty of positive comments, but I did not feel this movie whatsoever. Um, if you want to do the buy rent stream skip deal, I'm just gonna say skip.
Okay.
I don't think it's really something that you need to go out of your way to watch at all. And really, I think the audience that will have the patience for this movie is very narrow.
Yes. I would probably say rent stream. I didn't hate the movie, but it's just like I'd say you could probably rent it and or well, you could stream it. It's on the Criterion channel. Well, Criterion channel has the English and the French. HBO Max, the new streaming service, we're not sponsored by HBO Max, but give us money.
We're not sponsored by Criterion either. Wait, don't
Yes,
forget that.
but give us money. But give us money. That's also the French version is on the HBO Max. HBO Max also has a lot of
I,
Criterion. So if you don't have the Criterion channel, which I think you should definitely get, if you listen to this, you should have the Criterion channel.
I'm pretty sure it's also available to rent on Prime.
Yes. Yes.
Because that was going to be a backup option. Because really, the delay was because I couldn't figure out how to get Criterion Channel to work for me for some reason, and then we figured out a way around it.
Yeah. Basically, if you keep your Criterion channel, but if you want to watch the movie on like let's say a PlayStation 4 or whatever, like I was, that I usually watch my stuff on, it's on HBO Max as well and Amazon Prime, as you see. So definitely, I'd say check it out. At least watch once. Joe says no.
Look at the cover.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go. So
Look at the cover and play the soundtrack.
So what's your thoughts on the I forgot the movie we're doing, Fantastic Planet. What's your thoughts on Fantastic Planet? What's another animated movie that's on Criterion that we should do? I know Watership Down is one. I feel like that was actually probably suggested a while ago.
Is Tampopo an animated movie? Or is it? There's a few of them on there. I don't remember which ones are which now.
Yeah, so there's a few. Suggest them, please. Suggest more. But before we close, I do have to say we usually like to keep it random on what the next movies are, but we actually have the next 4 weeks kind of booked. So I thought I'd promote because it's big 4 weeks. Okay, so next week, June 24th, we're gonna have a special guest, Diana, who did the Rosemary's Baby episode back in Halloween time, is coming back. She's gonna do Portrait of a Lady on Fire. And then Joe is coming back for July 1st, July 8th, and July 15th. We are doing the Before trilogy. So before sunrise, then before sunset, then before midnight. So if you want to watch that entire trilogy and watch our reviews about it, you have enough time now. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we will see you later.